Hello Internet. So today I'm going to be cracking open the Legendary Duelists Magical Hero box. Now, I chose to do this one first using the time-honored method of I handed this box, Hidden Summoners, and Fists of the Gadgets to my wife. I said, which one should I do first? She took a look at Hidden Summoners, set it aside. Fists of the Gadgets, set it aside, said, do this one. Why? It has Yugi. So, I mean, fair enough. So, question of the week, who is your favorite spellcaster? Doesn't matter if they're a character who's actually meant to be, like a wizard or a sorcerer, or if it's somebody who does it accidentally, just post in the comments, who's your favorite spellcaster? And let's get right into this. Got 36 packs to get through today. And there is, I believe, let's see here, 29, 39, 47, 56 cards. So it has secret, super rares, and ultra rares. Doubt I'm going to get at least a full, one copy of each, unless they've really changed up how they distribute the special and ultra rares, but it'll be interesting to see what we get. I have no idea what's in this. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, but we'll see what we get. Set these guys aside. Sit you over there. And there we go. So we have Halfway to Forever. Target 2 monsters in your graveyard, special summon both, but negate their effects, and if you do immediately after this effect resolves, XE summon one light Utopia or Utopic monster using only those 2 monsters. That actually seems like a really good effect. Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. If a Performapal monster is pendulum summoned to your field, all Performapal monsters you currently control gain 1000 attack until the end of this turn. I mean, that's actually a pretty nice effect. If this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards you control, destroy them, and add Performapal monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except for this one, equal to the number of cards destroyed once per turn. I mean, that's good if you're doing Performapals, I think. Chronograph Sorcerer. During your main phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, take 1 Time Gazer Magician from your hand or deck, and either place it in your Pendulum Zone or special summon it. I have no idea if Time Gazer Magician is good or not, but I mean... Oh, excuse me. If a card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon monsters from your hand, 1 monster from your hand. I mean, that's not bad at all. It's only 2000 attack for 6 stars, but... You can banish this card. You control plus 4 monsters from your hand, field, and or graveyard. 1 each with Pendulum Dragon, Xyz Dragon, Synchro Dragon, Fusion Dragon. Special summon 1 Supreme King Z Arc. I mean, the fact that it pulls it from your hand, field, and graveyard for his special effect, I mean, that's not too bad. Satellite Warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 star. If this card is Synchro Summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Synchro monsters in your graveyard. Destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 1000 attack for each card destroyed. If the Synchro Summon card is destroyed, special summon up to 3 level 8 or lower Warrior, Synchro, and or Stardust Synchro monsters with different names from your graveyard. I mean, stats are nothing really to write home about, but yeah, I mean, it's a good way of buffing himself, clearing your opponent's field, and he replaces himself right away. Hang on. One rare card in every pack. First pack has 2 rares. I'm not going to question it. I'm going to smile and nod. Dodo Dwarf, Go 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 Glove. That's a very silly name. During your main phase, you can special summon one Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. If you control a Go 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 or Dodo monster, except Dodo Dwarf Go 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 Glove, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. And then the halfway to forever. So you've got Spiral Flame Strike. If you control an Odd Eyes card, target one card on the field, destroy it, add to your hand one level 7 Odd Eyes monster from your deck, or face up Odd Eyes Pendulum monster from your extra deck. Oh, I mean, fair enough. Oh, focus. Thank you. Go 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 Giant. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Go 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 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in defense position, then change this card to defense position. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. I mean, it pulls out something else with it. 2000 attack, 0 defense. Illusion Magic. Tribute one spellcaster monster, add up to 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck and or graveyard to your hand. I mean, fair enough. It lets you fetch out Dark Magician quickly. Another Chronograph Sorcerer. Zubaba Bancho Gagaga. Wait, Gagaga Coat. If you control a Zubaba or Gagaga monster, except this one, while this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. You can target one Go 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 or Dodo monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Xyz monsters. No, fair enough. You can only use each effect once per turn. And Spiral Flame Strike. Yeah. So does that mean that the special rares and ultra rares take up a common card slot? I mean, if so, then yeah, I might actually get a full set then. A Comic Blazar Dragon. 1 Turner Synchro Monster, 2 non-Turner Synchro Monsters. Must be Synchro Summoned. You can banish this card until the end phase to activate one of these effects. When your opponent activates a card or effect, negate the activation if you do destroy the card. When your opponent would summon a monster, negate that summon if you do destroy the card, or destroy the monster. When opponent's monster declares an attack, negate the attack, then end the battle phase. Huh. Like, I will admit, I do like seeing stuff like this in the common card slot. Like stuff like this back when I used to play would be probably like the secret rare. A Hero Lives. If you control no face-up monsters, pay half your life points, special summon one level 4 or lower elemental hero monster from your deck. I mean, fair enough. Dodo Buster. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, its level becomes 4. When this card is tribute summoned, you can target one Dodo monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in defense position. I mean, that's not too bad. It has a built-in special summon effect. And when when you summon him, you can fetch out something else, like pull it out of the graveyard. Dark Magical Circle. When this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then you can reveal one Dark Magician or one spell/trap that specifically lists the card Dark Magician in its text. Add it to your hand, place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order. If Dark Magician is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one card your opponent controls, banish it. You can only use each effect once per turn. I mean, that seems like it'd be good in a spellcaster deck. Scrap Iron Signal. When your opponent activates a monster effect, will you control a synchro monster that lists a synchro monster as a material? Negate the activation. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. Huh. I mean, it's just a... as long as you have a synchro monster, it just stops your opponent from activating monster effects. So we have another Cosmic Blazer Dragon, a Doppel Warrior. When a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens. Huh. I mean, it's decent enough for getting out cheap material. Smile action. Focus. Thank you. While this card is activated, each player can banish up to 5 spells from their own graveyard face down. If a monster declares an attack, the attacking player activates this effect. You, the attacked player, can randomly add one of your cards banished by this card's effect to your hand, and you can discard it and negate the attack. But if you do not discard the added card, any battle damage you take this turn is doubled, even if this card leaves the field. I mean, it's good for recycling your magic cards, at least. Junk Converter. Discard this card, add one tuner, add one synchron monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one tuner card in your graveyard, special summon it to the defense position, but it cannot activate its effect this turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. Discard this card and one tuner. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro. Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty decent. Onomato Pickup. When this card is activated, you can add one Onomat card from your deck to your hand, except Onomato Pickup. You can target one Zubaba, Gagaga, Go-Go-Go, or Dododo monster you control. All monsters you currently control become the monster's level until the end of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only use this effect once per turn, and you can only activate one per turn. I mean, it fetches out another an Onomat card. It lets you set the level of your monsters on your field for XZs or synchro summons, at least. So I mean, that's not too bad. We have a Harmonizing Magician. All monsters you control gain 100 attack and defense for each face-up Magician Pendulum monster with different names in your extra deck. Huh. And cannot be special summoned from the extra deck. Cannot be used as material for a fusion, synchro, or XZ summon unless all other materials are Magician Pendulum monsters. When this card is Pendulum summoned from the hand, you can special summon one Magician Pendulum monster from your deck in defense position, except Harmonizing Magician, but negate its effects, and banish it when it leaves the field. And you can only use this effect once per turn. Like, Pendulum effect seems pretty decent. Not sure how I feel about the actual card effect. We have another Doppel Warrior, another Go 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 Giant, another Spiral Flame Strike, and Magician of Dark Illusion. Becomes Dark Magician while it's on the field. You can only use each of these effects of Magician of Dark Illusion once per turn. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap card or effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you activate a spell, trap card, or effect while this card is face up on your field, you can target one Dark Magician in your graveyard, special summon it. It can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. I mean, that's a pretty decent effect. Yeah, pretty decent monster. Easy way to bring them out. Pretty easy way to bring out Dark Magician as well. We have a Time Gazer Magician. You must control no monsters to activate this card. If a Pendulum monster you control battles your opponent... If your Pendulum monster you control battles, your opponent cannot activate trap cards until the end of the damage step. Unless you have a Magician card or Odd Eyes card in your... Sorry for the long pause. It is 6:30 in the morning, and somebody is drilling outside. Just a moment. Sorry about that. Somebody was flying a remote control plane around outside. So anyways, where were we? Time Gazer Magician. Must control no cards to activate. Control no monsters to activate this card. If a Pendulum monster you control battles, your opponent can activate trap cards until the end of the damage step. Unless you have a Magician or Odd Eyes card in your other Pendulum zone, its scale becomes 4. And each turn, the first card in your Pendulum zone that would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect is not destroyed. I mean, fair enough. Gagaga Samurai. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one Gagaga monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. When another monster you control is targeted for an attack while this card is in attack position, you can change this card to face-up defense position, and if you do, change the attack target to this card and perform damage calculations. I mean, it's decent enough. Get a couple extra attacks out of your monsters, and then you can use them to take the hit for something else. Oh, there we go. Dark Magician Girl. Gains 300 attack for every Dark Magician or Magician of Black Chaos in the graveyard. 2000 attack, 6-star. Another Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. And another Zubaba Bancho Gagaga Coat. Pendulum Dimension. If you special summon any of these monsters using a Pendulum monster as material, while this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, you can activate the appropriate effect. You cannot apply the same effect of Pendulum Dimension for the rest of this turn. Fusion. Special summon one monster from your deck with the same original level as the Fusion monster, in defense position but negated its effects. Synchro, add one Polymerization to your hand. Xyz, take one tuner from your deck with an equal or lower level than the Xyz monster's rank and add it to your hand or special summon it. Yeah, so it's just each one feeds the next type. I mean, it's okay if you're running a lot of them. Miracle Fusion. Fusion, summon one Elemental Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or your graveyard. I mean, it's a very specific polymerization, but it lets you use field and graveyard instead of field and hand. Supreme King Z-Arc. Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects. Once per turn, when a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, you can destroy that card. I mean, decent enough. Acquires 4 dragon monsters. He was also summoned with the one of the other cards, wasn't he? Must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. While this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon one Supreme King Dragon monster from your deck or extra deck. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effects, you can place it in your pendulum zone. I mean, it requires 4 different types of dragons, but yeah, it seems like I'm pretty sure these were meant for each other, considering that this card art has dragons on it. Another Gaga Samurai. And Secrets of Dark Magic. Activate one of the following effects. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl as fusion material. Or ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or deck, including Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, whose total levels equals or exceed. Yeah, so it lets you either use it as a polymerization or as a ritual magic. I mean, it's not too bad. Onomatopyra. You can only activate one Onomatopyra one per turn. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Add up to 2 of these monsters from your deck to your hand. You cannot add 2 monsters from the same category. Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogogo, or Dododo. I mean, decent enough for tutoring out what you need. Another Supreme King Z-Arc. Another Dododo Buster. The Dark Magicians. Ooh, shiny. And out of focus. Focus, thank you. Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl plus 1 spellcaster monster. Once per turn, if a spell or trap card effect is activated, except during the damage step, you can draw 1 card. Then if it was a spell/trap, you can set it. And if it was a trap or quick play spell, you can activate it this turn. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice, being able to activate the trap right away. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon both 1 Dark Magician and 1 Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, and or graveyard. I mean, it's almost worth it just for that second ability. And another Onomato Pickup. Oops. We have Tuning. Add 1 Synchron Tuner from your deck to your hand, then send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. I mean, it lets you fetch out what you need. Fills up your graveyard a little bit. Dark Magician Girl. Winged Kuribo. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, for the rest of the turn, you take no damage. I mean, it's decent enough for protecting your life points if it's the only thing you have. Elemental Hero Honest Neos. Quick effect, you can discard this card, then target 1 hero monster on the field. It gains 2500 attack until the end of the turn. I mean, that's not too bad. And quick effect, you can discard 1 hero monster. This card gains attack equal to the discard monster's attack until the end of the turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. So, I mean, those 2 effects aren't too bad. Basically, either way, it lets you use cards from your hand to boost your monsters. And another Dododo Dwarf, Go 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 Glove. Another tuning. Another winged Kuriboh. Focus. Thank you. So we have another smile action. Jet Synchron. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can add one junk monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. I mean, that seems pretty decent. I mean, it replaces, lets you take a card from your deck, put it into your hand. Lets you bring it back out for more synchro summons. And another Secrets of Dark Magic. Okay. Another Miracle Fusion. Harmonizing Magician. Illusion Magic. Another... Wait, have we seen this one yet? No, I don't think we have. Performapal Celestial Magician. Focus. Thank you. When exactly one face-up fusion, synchro, or Xyz monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck is destroyed by battle, or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon that destroyed monster, then destroy this card. I mean, that's pretty decent. During your main phase, if this card was normal summoned or special summoned this turn, you can apply the following effects based on the monsters you currently control. Fusion, this card can attack directly. Synchro, your opponent cannot activate monster effects. Xyz, this card's attack becomes double its original attack. Pendulum, during the end phase, add one pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, and you can only use this effect once per turn. I mean, it seems like a decent enough ability. The actual things that it lets you do if you have the stuff seems decent. Zubaba Bancho, Gagaga Coat. Next pack here. So we have another Performapal Pendulum Summoner. Another Onomatopyra. Another Illusion Magic. Favorite Hero. Equip only to a level 5 or higher hero monster. If you control a card in your field zone, the equipped monster gains attack equal to its original defense. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. At the end of the battle phase, you can activate one field spell directly from your hand or deck. You can only use this effective favorite hero once per turn. When the equipped monster attacks and destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard to let it make a second attack. I mean, this seems like a good equip spell. And Future Drive. Target one Utopic Future Xyz monster you control. Apply the following effects. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. If it battles an opponent's monster, that monster's effects are negated during the damage step only. And each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Huh. Like, I don't know how good the Utopic Future Xyz monsters are, but I mean, those are some pretty nice effects. I won't lie. So we have another tuning. Another Go Giant. Magician's Rod. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician in its text. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell, trap card, or effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can tribute one spellcaster monster, add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Have we actually reached the point in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they've run out of spellcasters, so they've just started using the equipment that the spellcasters have as characters? Another Pendulum Dimension. Magician Navigation. Special summon one Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon one level 7 or Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up spell or trap your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. I mean, that's not a bad card. I mean, you need the Dark Magician in your hand, but the fact that you can pull any level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster from your deck, and you can also use this to negate cards from the once it's in the graveyard. I can't complain about that. I have another Harmonizing Magician, another Miracle Fusion, Pendulum Dimension, Excel Synchron. Once per turn, you can send one Synchron monster from your deck to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Increase this card's level by the level of the sent monster, or reduce it by the level of the sent monster. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. You can only synchro summon Excel Synchron once per turn. Like, I'm not that impressed with him, but I guess you can use him for because you can adjust the level of it. Like, you can change his level, so I guess for XCs or synchro summoning into other synchros, because he is a tuner. And Scrap Iron Signal. Oh, number F0, Utopic Future. 2 Xyz monsters of the same rank except number monsters. This card's original rank is always treated as 1. Cannot be destroyed by battle, and neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the damage step, if this battle battled an opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster until the end of the battle phase. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed by a card effect, you can detach one material from this card instead. You know, I was going to make a comment about, speaking of the Utopic monsters, but 0 attack, 0 defense, so it really wouldn't do anything with the one card that was checking for Utopic monsters. I'm not even sure if that one works with them, because it's just Utopic, and the other one was, I think, Utopic something else. I have Spiral Flame Strike. Quick Draw Synchron. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one monster from your hand to the graveyard. Fair enough. For a synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one synchro tuner. Cannot be used as a synchro material, except for the synchro summon of a monster that lists a synchron tuner as material. I mean, it's good if you're needing it to fix if you're running something that requires multiple synchron tuners. We have Supreme King Zearch and Secrets of Dark Magic. We have another Time Gazer Magician, another Utopic Future. Focus. Thank you. Another Winged Karibo, another Magician's Rod, and Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon. Try saying that 3 times fast. If this card is in your hand, you contribute 1 Dark Monster, send 1 Odd Eyes Dragon from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon this card. If this card is in your possession, if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Odd Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard, except Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon. Then you can add 1 Spiral Flame Strike from your deck to your hand. That seems like a... So to special summon it, you have to tribute a dark monster and discard an Odd Eyes Dragon. But when he's destroyed, he can pull out the card that you sent to the graveyard. So, I mean, it's... I won't complain about his special summoning ability. It feeds itself. I mean, it's better that he has it so that you actually have to put something in the graveyard and then you have something to pull out rather than, you know, not. Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, look at your opponent's hand, and choose 1 monster. If you control a monster with attack greater than or equal to the attack of the chosen card, destroy that chosen card. If you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent, otherwise take 500 damage. You're discarding a card to peek at your opponent's hand and maybe destroying something. But otherwise, you're taking damage. Not sure how I feel about that. Onomatopyra. Another Utopic Future. Gaga Gaga Magician. 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 Xyz monster in your graveyard, except Gaga Gaga Magician. Special summon it, but negate its effects. You can only use the effects of Gaga Gaga Magician once per turn. A Utopic Future Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect. During your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 Xyz monster you control. Change its attack to 4,000, and negate its effects. I mean, I guess the idea is that you'd use him and then bring out Utopic Future with him attached, but I don't know. Even then, it still wouldn't work because the other one was increase its attack by its defense, and it still only had 0 attack or 0 defense. We have another A Hero Lives. Another Quick Draw. Halfway to Forever. Skyscraper. If an elemental hero attacks a monster that has higher attack, the attacking monster gains 1,000 attack during damage calculation only. I mean, it's decent enough for plowing over your opponents. And Future Drive. Yeah. So I'm not sure. We're at the halfway point. I'm not sure how much of this is going to be... how many new cards are left to see, but shouldn't be too much longer at this point. Tuning, A Hero Lives, Pendulum Dimension, Dark Magic Circle, and Secrets of Dark Magic. Actually, I haven't seen any just straight Dark Magicians yet in this set. Won't lie, that's a little surprising. Chronograph Sorcerer, Cosmic Blazer Dragon, Magistry Alchemist. Banish 4 hero monsters from your graveyard and or face-up field, then target 1 hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. If you banished Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind... What, no heart? Activate the effect. The monster's original attack becomes doubled. Also negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. You can only activate one Magistry Alchemist per turn. Yeah, I mean, it seems decent enough. And Dwarf, go glove. And if another Supreme King Zearch, Halfway to Forever, Dodo Buster, Wing Karibo, and another Magician of Dark Illusion. A Hero Lives, Dodo Buster, Dark Magical Circle, Harmonizing Magician. Oh, new one here. Performapal, Pop Her Up. I don't know if those are adorable or horrifying. I'm leaning more towards horrifying. Send up to 3 cards from your hand to the graveyard, draw that many cards. Then you can special summon up to that many monsters from your hand with different names that are Performapal monsters, Magician Pendulum monsters, and or Odd Eyes monsters, each with a level between the pendulum scales of the 2 cards in your pendulum zones. If you did not special summon by this effect, you lose 1,000 life points for each card in your hand. That's, no. Like, I mean, it's good if you're using the pendulum zones and you have it set up for it, but no, that seems that seems very unfun. Skyscraper, Chronograph Sorcerer, Cosmic Blazer Dragon, Elemental Hero Sunrise. Focus, please. Thank you. My camera does not seem to like the ones that have the gold text on top for some reason. Must be fusion summoned. Monsters you control gain 200 attack for each different attribute you control. You can only use each of the following effects of Elemental Hero Sunrise once per turn. If it's special summoned, you can add 1 Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. And when an attack is declared involving another hero monster you control, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. So he's Captain Planet. I mean, gains 200 attack for each different attribute. I'll show myself out. Onomato Pickup. So we have a Doppel Warrior, Go Giant, Spiral Flame Strike, Pendulum Dimension, and Magician of Dark Illusion. I mean, that gives me a playset of a Magician of Dark Illusions now. Yeah, there we go. Another Dark Magician Girl. Another Smile Action. Another Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. Satellite Synchron. If a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you have a Synchro monster with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in its original name on your field or graveyard, you can make this card's level become 4 until the end of the turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. I mean, that seems decent. And another Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon. We have yet another Miracle Fusion. How many Supreme King Z-Arcs have I pulled at this point? Am I up to 5 or 6 at this point? Because I've been seeing a lot of him. Gaga Samurai, Dark Magician Girl, and another Performa Pal Pop-Her-Up. Another Doppel Warrior, Excel Synchron, Gaga Samurai, Jet Synchron, and Scrap Iron Signal. No, he wasn't a rare one, he was a common one. No, it was the Satellite that was the foil one, right. Excel Synchron, Gaga Samurai, Jet Synchron, Generation Next. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, add to your hand or special summon one Elemental Hero Neo monster, Karibo monster, or Neo-Spacian monster from your deck or graveyard with attack less than or equal to the difference in life points. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same name as that card. Huh. Because, I mean, there was the other hero card that required you to pay half your life points. So, I mean, if you do that first turn, then, I mean, it's a special summoning card with 4,000 or less attack. And for another Performa Pal Pop-Her-Up. So we have another Wing Karibo, Jet Synchron, Dododo Buster, Magician's Rod, and Onomato Pickup. We have a Miracle Fusion, Harmonizing Magician, Illusion Magic, Tuning, and Scrap Iron Signal. Illusion Magic, Skyscraper, Harmonizing Magician, Chronograph Sorcerer. Yeah, this is the one that special summons out the Supreme King Z-Arc. And another Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon. And I just noticed, even though it says he's a Wizard Dragon, he's not a spellcaster. Huh. I won't lie, I was actually looking at him and going, oh, you know, he's a Wizard Dragon. I can put him in the spellcaster deck. But sadly, no. Another Go Giant, Magician's Rod, Pendulum Dimension, Utopic Future, and another Secrets of Dark Magic. Just as soon as it wants to open. There we go. So, Miracle Fusion, Performa Pal Pendulum Sorcerer, Magician's Rod, Junk Converter, and Future Drive. Yeah, because this is the one that was... Yeah, it's Utopic Future, and the other one is just Utopic. So I don't think that you'd be... Oh no, it does say Utopic Future on him. Yeah, so I mean, it's... I don't know what card I was thinking of, because these effects are all completely different from what I was thinking. Like, that's not too bad, then. So what card was I thinking of when I said add the defense to the attack? Oh, that was one of the ones for the Heroes archetype, wasn't it? So we have another Spiral Flame Strike, Quick Draw Synchron, Supreme King Zearch, Magician's Combination. So you've got the Tome, you've got the Magic Cylinders. A little sad that they don't have, you know, they couldn't fit the 1,000 Knives in, or the, oh, what's the name of the one where it's the destroy a monster your opponent controls, give them control of one of your monsters. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, except during the damage step, you contribute one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, special summon one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your hand or graveyard with a different name from the tributed monster, and if you do, negate that activated effect. If this card is face up, is sent from the field and trap zone to the graveyard, you can destroy one card on the field. I mean, it's decent enough. Lets you either get Dark Magician into the graveyard to power up Dark Magician Girl, or send Dark Magician Girl there if you don't have anything in the graveyard yet. Dwarf, go glove. Another Time Gazer Magician, Excel Synchron, Utopic Future, Doppel Warrior, and Onomato Pickup. And last pack. Neospatian Aqua Dolphin, Onomatopera, Utopic Future, Halfway to Forever, and Magician Navigation. So, overall, you know, for a set called Magical Hero, I'm surprised at how few, like, spellcaster-related cards there are. I mean, there was support for the spellcasters in here for Dark Magician Girl, but I mean, most of what it was Pendulum, Synchro, Hero. So overall, I mean, it seemed decent enough. I'll have to see what I'm missing when all is said and done. And once again, a little surprised, no Dark Magician. I mean, I'm guessing at this point the assumption is everybody has Dark Magician, therefore we don't need to put more in. Then people complain that they have too many Dark Magicians, but... well. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, you guys know the drill, and I will see you all later.